What's up?
I was getting worried there for a second.
I know,
Nobody.
man.
It's like no viewers were coming on for a second. But anyway,
Well, they gonna miss out. We got a hell of a show tonight. I'm pumped about it.
heck yeah, we're we're getting close to Christmas. It's gosh, only a few days away, dude.
Yeah.
And it's about to get cold. I know it is up north, but here you're going to get snow.
Oh yeah, we're getting miserable stuff. It's gonna be a high of 10 on Friday and a low of 3, high of 19 on Saturday, low of 10. So yeah,
Goodness.
it's not supposed to happen in
High of
Tennessee.
34, low of 19 or something like that here, 13.
That's shorts weather.
That's
have me on Jeremy Smith. We'll get there, brother. We're making our way. We're making our way down there. What's up,
it's going to be cold. It's like Kevin. It was in the 60s today down there, like 64. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Really?
he's a jerk.
In Florida. All right.
Wearing his leather sleeves.
What's up, Jeremy and Josh and Eric and
how y'all doing?
Hey, if y'all click the link on the description and that way StreamYard can see your names. But
you invented Mr. Big. Might be. How you invent somebody?
So I'm on the vid for the first time. No symptoms. Uh-oh.
Spot y'all in January. Jeremy.
Josh has the vid.
I had it last week, brother. That's why. And I appreciate it. I do want to say thank you. There's a lot of people that reached out and checked up on me. Thank you, guys. The industry's awesome. Everybody's checking up. I didn't have it bad except for headaches. I still occasionally will get a pounding headache. It's ever since then. So, but other than that, I'm live and kicking. So,
yeah, we
smart butt.
I know. we'll get you back on, Jeremy. It's a long story, but it's a good story. Talking about the dirt on Biggs. So anyway, So our guest tonight is, of course, Mike Biggs, aka Biggs, the tool van driver, and
aka Mr. Biggs,
aka Mr. Biggs, aka Brandon flipped the wrong
figure
guy
receiver
off on the way to MT last year. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and bring him on. What's up,
brother?
Ho 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 ho!
Right.
Don't feeling the Christmas spirit.
Who was that said they invented me?
Jeremy Smith.
Jeremy Smith.
That's news to me. Need to hear some of these stories.
Yeah, he said he got some dirt.
They don't have much dirt on me.
Yeah, you kind of stay low key, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're in the beginning when I was doing R&I. I went out maybe a handful of times with the guys, and then they showed me why I'm not supposed to go out with those guys because they were some power drinkers.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm too old for that because they were some young ones. I'm not doing that. So then from that point on, I hung out by myself.
Right.
Yeah, he said he met you at your first storm many years ago.
It's because you got invented.
My very first storm was Grand Prairie, Texas, and then I went up to we went to Trenton, Missouri. I was with a guy named Lance Johnson.
Okay. He
Kevin Brown.
I knew Downtown Brown.
Downtown Brown.
Downtown Kevin Brown, that little bald headed. You can't know Kevin Brown and not have a smile on your face when you say his name. You just can't.
Really? Yeah, it makes me want to meet him. I ain't met him before. That's the first time I've heard of him.
Yeah. When I first met him, do y'all know Jeff Jones? They call him JJ.
No.
They're about 30, 40 years apart, and they look like twins.
Oh, that's good and bad for one or the other. One look young, one look rough.
Yeah, exactly.
He said he loves you. Jeremy did.
Love you too.
So you went from doing R&I and did you go directly into driving the van for Anson after doing the R&I? How'd that work out?
Yeah, I met Chris was up in Sioux Falls. He came up there. I was working for JJ. We were at a dealership, and guy ran a red light, hit Chris, and so Chris stored all of his tools, went home, flew home, I guess, and then probably 2 weeks later, Cade and Craig pulled up in a van, a little Dodge ProMaster, and that's when they first started doing the vans. And I met Craig, and we became buddies. And every once in a while, I'll get a call or text from him. Hey, where you at? What y'all working on? Blah blah blah. And so as time went over, when R&I guys come home, we got to go get a job. We didn't make that guy money. And so Craig asked me to put glue together, package the glue for him. So I'd bring home a bed of probably 80 boxes of glue and put together. And then it was glue tabs, and he just to help us make money on the side until we went back to doing hail. And then I blew out my shoulder, and I called Craig and I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to do another hail season. And he's like, well, come by the shop, pick up some glue, and talk to me before you leave. Of course, I get there, and he's gone, boy, Mr. Howe. Boy, somebody's
Unless he's a Facebook user, is the only thing.
He better be glad.
Maybe he's white. That's the only thing.
And so I came up to the shop, and Craig was like, what do you think about doing this? And I was like, man, I don't know what these tools are. I didn't know what. I mean, I knew well tails. Guys would hand them. I'd ask me to hand it off their tool car. I didn't know what none of this stuff was.
Right.
And so I got a crash course. Me and Kay went down to El Paso. That was my very first storm driving the vans. He trained me for 3 days, flew home, and I just drove around there for a week or two, come back, restock, go right back again. And Christina knew that I didn't know what anything was, so she helped me create something, or she created it to where all I had to do is type in a number and label stuff, but just type in that number and it would pull up in our little system.
Is that Chris?
So no, okay.
Yeah, probably.
So let me clarify. So some of these, the first ones were Jeremy Smith, and Kevin Brown's one of the other
nice
Facebook user, and then it was Chris, and then Kevin saying, how you doing, Mr. Howe? Talking to Chris on here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So all of them, when they're commenting, they see their names. We see Facebook users. That's all.
Yeah, so we don't have a clue. We don't know what. It's confusing as hell. I didn't realize Kate had been with Anson that long. I hadn't known him, obviously. I've just met him a couple times one time down at Anson at the MTE, but I didn't realize he had been there that long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but everybody else at Anson is either friends from way back or family.
Right.
So that's Kevin Brown saying that.
Okay, so you won't drink with him? Yeah, he stayed. He's like, nope, we're good. Save for me.
I miss that old cooter.
Downtown
Kevin Brown.
Downtown Kevin Brown.
Well, that's awesome. We obviously love having you as a van driver. I think you've been here once. You stopped by one time on your way through. I've had Chris come by a couple times, so that's handy. Like, anybody don't know, like, you need something now and y'all guys are coming through, like, go ahead and take full effect of that. It's super handy. I love that idea. I don't know who came up with it first, but cheers to them for doing it.
Yes, especially during hail season. Even if you're don't have a hailstorm, if you need something, just kind of reach out and see where y'all are at, and just see if you're close by, because 1, you're right there. 2, you get interaction. It's so much nicer. Y'all get to see our faces. We get to see your faces. hang out with you for just a minute, and then go on your way. But building a good relationship with y'all who are out there just killing it. So I can't thank you enough. Now, you've never stopped by here because I don't think you venture south unless it's MTE. But Chris has stopped by here a couple times.
I've never been out that way for a storm, except for when I did R&I in New Orleans. But as far as driving the van, no.
Yeah.
I hadn't been out that way. Well, actually, I think I did come out that way, but you didn't need nothing. When I that was
the Orange Beach storm. But
see,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you actually made it all the way down here.
I love it. For y'all that don't know the whole finger thing, we were at MTE last year, and Biggs and his wife was driving, and Brandon thought it was Chris, so he wanted to flip him the bird. It ended up being Biggs. And then Biggs comes up to me. He's like, "Is that you flipping me off?" I was like, "It's the bad ginger, bro."
I felt so bad knowing that it wasn't Craig in the passenger seat.
That was hilarious.
That's all. She was like, "It's okay. I've seen worse."
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And the only reason I knew it was you, or knew it was one of y'all, is because you had the ginger bros on your back windshield.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if it's somebody driving, it's going to be Brandon. I'm flying.
Yeah, he just snuck out of here. I was going to introduce you to. It's actually my wife's nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And he's actually coming back downstairs, but he doesn't have his uniform on, so I can't show you. This is Tina's nephew, Kyle. That's Kyle Bell. He can't hear you.
Yeah, that's right.
We have a live-in Mercedes technician who works on our sprinters in-house.
Wow, nice.
That's handy.
You have to have one.
You gotta have one. Yeah, I've seen Mercedes service bills before. It helps to have your own. It's probably cheaper to have your own technician than pay a service bill at Mercedes.
And it's weird because when I break down on the road, we'll get you in a couple weeks. No, I'm broke down. I'm passing through your town. I'm 1,000 miles from home, and until you make a stink about it, they don't want to see you.
Yeah,
goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. That's how everything's getting anymore, though.
That's probably any dealership now. They're just they suck.
I had that experience in Billings. I've had that in Wichita. I've had it here.
Wow,
goodness.
This past season when was it North Carolina got hit? I went up to North Carolina and I blew a hose. What was it? Boost hose. So the van, I could go over 50, 60 miles, but I had to use cruise control. But when I step on the gas, and I pull into a Mercedes dealership, and I know what I'm in store for. And I walk in, the lady asked me what's going on, and I told her, she goes, "Oh, we'll get you in right now." What? I'm not used to this. Yeah.
Wow. Y'all just that slow, or?
They were busy, and it was actually at closing time. And she goes, "Well, let me run back there and make sure I can get a tech to stay, and we'll put a scanner on it." And then she come back. She said, "Well, we found the problem, and we don't have one, but we have a crashed one out back. And if he wants to steal the part off of it, we will."
Above and beyond for
and then didn't charge me for the part because
really?
it was on a crashed vehicle.
Wow.
You should have went and bought lottery tickets. Jesus Christ. He had everything hitting on cylinders right there. That's
I kissed them up on their reviews and on Facebook. Yeah, I blew them up. I was shocked.
Yeah, you got to give love to people go above and beyond like that. That's what we try to do as a company, go above and beyond. You get them people like, "I'll leave you a review," and then they crickets. It's like, man, come on, dude. It takes you 2 minutes, and that took me extra 20 to go above and beyond for you. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did that, I don't know, a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. the guy he was traveling through here. They were going to stay here for about 7 days, and they come up from Miami, had a big dent in the back of his Dodge, and he's like, I can leave it, but I need a ride. So I took him. I don't ever do that crap, but I took him back to the RV park he was staying at, which was 30 minutes away. When I got done with it, went and picked him up, brought him back here because I'm not going to drive the customer vehicle. And I'm thinking, he left. He's like, oh, I'll leave you a great review. Shit, I never heard anything till 2 weeks ago. He finally left a review. I'm like, shit, finally.
He forgot.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't have Google or something and just won't leave a review. Once they figure out they got to sign up for that, it's over with. So.
Yeah. But I'll be damned if you say anything wrong to them. They'll go.
No, they will, won't they?
And get it.
Tell them to burn in their car, boy. It comes up real quick. Did you hear about that one, Big?
Oh,
Brandon told a customer he wished he burned in their car.
Wow.
You would have done it too.
Yeah, he got screwed over pretty good.
Big time.
The ginger came out, and
you're on closing screen.
I had enough, and I told him. I said, "Well, I hope your car burns and you burn with it." Click. He went on and made a Google account, and that's my 1-star review.
And it states what he said to him.
Yep. Well, anyway, let's talked about some of the.
There you go.
Can you hear us now?
Y'all froze for a bit, or you froze again. There you go. You're unfroze.
Jackson, I'll take things not to say to customers for 800. I love Jack.
Yeah.
Jackson, I hope you're doing
well. Good, Jack.
We'll
doing good. Thank you.
We can move on into that if you want to kind of explain to everybody what was going on and stuff. I know there's been an abundance of social media about you here lately and stuff. So explain what.
It all goes back to we're getting ready for MTE, and I was having problems sitting, and so we started doing a bunch of work. I had 2 internal hemorrhoids. I had to do a colonoscopy. From there, we had 2 polyps that were cancerous. They got all of it, but it was still leaving my PSA levels high, and we couldn't get them to go down. They went down a little bit, but not enough. And so at the end of September, 1st of October, I was diagnosed. I was still stage 1, going into stage 2, prostate cancer. And it was early detection. They got it early. And it was, after they did the biopsy, they said it was completely covered in cancer and gave us our options. For me, I saw my option was to go ahead and take the prostate. 1, so I can heal faster, get back, be ready for this next coming health season. And if I had done the chemo, if I had done the radiation, I wouldn't be ready for next year. And just from a financial standpoint, there was no question about it.
Right.
And I even asked the doctor, what would you do in this case? And he said, I'd take it. He said, it's in your best interest to go ahead and take it. If a prostate, unless it gets into the 2 lymph nodes that are attached to it, it's not going to kill you. Unless it goes to other organs from the 2 lymph nodes that are attached to it. And he said that can take a while for it to do that. So in reality, it won't kill you. It'll make you feel like crap for a while until you do something about it. But the 20th, we went in, we took it out. We went back 2 weeks later, did the blood work again. My PSA levels came down to a 0.2, cancer-free.
Awesome.
Wow.
And now it's on the road to recovery. I went back today just for a follow-up, and he likes everything that's being done that I've been doing. Still got a few things I need to take care of, but cancer free.
Awesome. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is there any long-term side effects that come with removing the prostate?
I mean, a lot of people, when they hear, "Oh, you took your prostate," that means your sex is over. Well, no, it's not. It's going to take a while for you to get back to where you can have sex, and if we're going to go there, have an erection. It's going to take a while. Once everything heals up, like he already told me, I'm coming back in 3 months. Then we're going to start working on that part of getting me back to that again.
Okay.
No.
I just wasn't sure if there was a reason they gave you options between that and chemo and stuff. If there was some kind of long-term situation with the prostate, but I mean, it sounds like it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah, doing the chemo and doing the radiation takes a while.
Yeah,
right.
And we froze the screen again.
Yeah, having some issues.
There we go.
Yeah. Maybe your internet.
You van drivers and your shitty internet.
Move closer to the router. Just stand right next to it. Yeah. Well, I know we're all happy that you're doing well. Talking before the show, you're back doing stuff for Ann. You're back doing stuff. Can you hear me? Could you hear us when we were frozen?
Yeah, I can. No, okay. And y'all all froze.
Oh, dang.
Okay. So I was saying we're happy that everything's looking great. I know a lot of us are. I'm glad that talking before the show, you're out there, walking at Anson, helping, trying to get back into what you call shape, but tightening things up and stuff. But
I'm in the same shape.
Yeah. And you said you're doing light duty stuff, so you're helping out with orders and pulling orders and all that. That's phenomenal, because when you have surgery, you have something big like this, and you're just sitting at home, and it gets to you. So that motivation of getting out there and doing something and having a family like Anson behind you to help kind of push you along too, man. Proud of you for not just sitting there and not doing anything.
Christina wasn't going to give me a choice. My wife wasn't going to give me a choice.
Right.
I got constant phone calls and texts leading up to the surgery and after the surgery from Craig and Christina every single day. How you doing? Awesome. You need anything? What's going on? You need to talk? Call me. Every single day.
Yeah.
Without them, I wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
For everything they've done for us.
Yeah, they're amazing people. They step up for the industry as a whole all the time. You can tell they're genuinely want to help everybody they can, and it's awesome to see. So, I love
absolutely, yeah. You always hear people talk about, our company. We're a family at our company. We're a family. I've never really believed that until I started working for Anson and saw what a family is when you have a company, and it's amazing.
Randy wants me to.
We'll just let you read that.
Yeah, I'm not reading it out loud. He froze up again.
We're locking up again.
Uh-oh.
There we go. You're free.
Basically, Randy said 75% of men have prostate cancer, and it's from jerking your gherkin too much as a child.
Actually, that's supposed to clear it out.
Oh, yeah. See, Randy?
You can come sit in your chair.
Or those that don't say don't, and those that quit. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. We're back.
It's sweet.
All righty.
We're going to keep getting closer to that router till we figure it out. Well, real quick, I'll do it's a good time to do a little giveaway. We got some viewers up, so we're gonna do a giveaway. Speaking of Anson, they sent me some code glue, sent me several boxes of it. So I want to get in some of your guys' hands. I'll give you that, a sticker, and a Ginger Bros koozie. If first person to comment that names our first guest we had on the show will win that good stuff. So there you go. I'll keep an eye out on the comments. You guys can keep chatting.
So we is there any kind of advice that you would give, us men
Early
out there
detection.
on
They changed it. They changed, it used to be when you turn 50, go get your colonoscopy. Now it's 45. Get in there, get checked. That's the most important thing. Early detection, The doctor, when he did my colonoscopy, said, yeah, you have 6 polyps. 2 of them were cancerous, but we got them. They were stuff, and I got all of it. I was shocked. And then he said, I was, like I stated earlier, when we did my biopsy on the process, he said, you're at the top part of stage 1. So early detection. And, we've heard that all of our lives, but we've never really, people, I need to go do this. Go do it now. Quit putting it off. Go do it.
I know Randy really pushed that issue when he was on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've talked to Randy quite a bit lately.
Right.
So you said, you noticed that you were having a hard time sitting down and stuff like that. Was it more like hemorrhoid feeling? Like
no, what my issue is called a fissure tear.
Got it, Matt.
And fissure tear, micro tear, you can get it from hard pooping or hard gas.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. And yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. The hemorrhoids, getting rid of the hemorrhoids, that was very painful. So think of if you got a pencil or a pen right there, look at it and think of a rubber band. They stretch that thing wide open out of the rubber band and put it on top of the hemorrhoid, and they pinch it off.
Yeah. So I've several years back, I had that issue, and I had to have that done.
Not fun.
No,
nothing about it sounds like fun.
No, I
had to have the rubber band put on 3 times. They did it like 1 week, and then 2 weeks later I come back in, they do it again. Then the 3rd week they do it again. The first one, didn't feel anything, no problem. Oh, okay, really? This is gonna be easy. Came back in on the second one, felt a little bit of it there. That third one, I had to lay on the table for a little bit before I could get up. The fourth one popped. The rubber band popped.
Oh.
Inside.
Oh God.
I laid there and cried. I cried. I cried a little bit.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, that one hurt. But he's like, "Hey, you're done. You ain't got to come back for that again." I was like, "Good, because I can't handle that."
I know one thing. I know if I have to have it done again, which I probably will, that when I get in there, I'm going to tell him, go ahead and have that rubber band ready and all that, because you're going in one time. Because them checking and then going over your options, and I'm like, we'll do the rubber band thing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, dude. And so when they did mine, then I had to go downstairs and pay. Well, it took 45 minutes me standing in line. I was literally in tears because I couldn't. It hurt too bad to stand. It hurt too bad to sit. and then for days that internal, just like somebody just doing this down there. Oh my God, it was bad.
But then when you have to go to the bathroom, shoot me.
It was, yeah. I don't wish it on anybody, but
thank you, Lord, for keeping me from that.
Well, I mean, that's why we really want to know like what symptoms are and stuff like that, because there's probably several of us out there that have had this, and you don't really realize it. You think, oh well, it's just hemorrhoid or something.
And to get the hemorrhoids, one of the main things is guys constipated. Eat you some fiber. But sitting on the toilet too long.
Sitting on the phone.
Dang, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
More than 5 minutes, you can work yourself out of hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
So do what you gotta do and get off.
Bonnie said Randy hung up on her trying to talk to you. I love Bonnie. She's awesome. Well,
Bonnie's crazy.
We got some of the wild talk out. Let's we can get into your life beyond PDR.
Andy's like, let's move on from this.
Fast forward.
I mean, it's good that it's out there. So yeah. What do you like to do outside of the PDR world? I saw a awesome buck on your wall there.
That was my very first buck. Before I got into PDR, I was a truck driver. And I never had the time to go do anything like this. When I was doing PDR, I didn't know anybody to go do this with. I meet Anson every season. They take off. Yeah. And they invited me to go out. And it was me, Chris, Craig, and Clifton Akins. I don't know if y'all know Big Clifton.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows Clifton.
So we go out there, and it's probably about 3:00 in the afternoon, and we're going to go throw some corn out. And they're going to show me the stands, and they're going to let me pick my stand. And so we get in this old truck. It's got a toolbox in the bed. I'm sitting on the toolbox. Chris is driving. Craig's in the passenger seat, and Clifton's sitting on the tailgate. So we come up to the first stand, throw some corn out. Craig's like, yeah, you can sit up in this stand. It's a one-person stand, and you're gonna have a lot of deer come by here. We go up to the next one. Well, this is a two-seater, 2 people sit in it. And I was like, well, being my first time, I'd like for somebody to sit with me. Make sure I do everything right and make sure I kill the deal right. Clifton immediately said, I'll sit with you. Yeah. They're all right. So we're standing there talking. I'm still sitting on this toolbox, and Craig's like, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of deer coming from over here, and don't move, buck, don't move. There's a buck. And it was probably about 75 yards away from us, and he was just sitting there watching us. And Clifton grabbed his rifle. He said, Mike, come down here and get your rifle and get that buck. I was like, Clifton, by the time I move, it's going to run. You get out, you shoot it. You've got your gun. Go ahead and shoot it. I still got to load mine. He's like, no, you get out here and get it. I was like, dude, take the shot. And the buck starts running and runs towards us, goes behind a tree, stops again. He goes, Biggs, get down here, get my rifle, and shoot this buck. So I jump down there and I grab it. Buck takes off running for the woods, and Clifton lets out a massive, "Mah!" That buck stopped, and I plugged it right in the shoulder.
Nice.
It went down into the woods about 25 yards, and we had to go hunt it up. Chris is mad. First time hunting, ain't been out here an hour yet. Big started got a damn deer. I'm going back to the house.
I'm going back to my stand and drink myself to sleep.
That's like, I think it's funny watching Vince come from California out there, and all of a sudden he's Cowboy Vinny with his hat, and he's hunting, and they're just like, what the hell happened? Like, you go to work for Anson, you better be ready to do some hunting.
Yep. It's
company policy.
Place. Yeah.
I love it. I love going down there just work for a week with you guys. Just like, I think it'd be a blast.
It is. I've never been able to they say if you love your job, you'll never work a day. I never have to work. I love this job. It's
awesome.
easy to do. I love it. Everybody up there is just as crazy as all get out. They're a blast to be around. Nobody's a Debbie Downer. Maybe me. There's my little nephew just showed in.
Yeah. What about the Bobcat?
That's my nephew. That wasn't a Bobcat.
Oh, Nader, you've been missing some hunting.
Check it out.
So I'll tell you what that was. Again, Clifton, we go out there for an early morning hunt, and he takes me off to this one stand that's way from everybody, and he walks me about a quarter of the way. He said, "All right, your stand's way over there. Start walking." I come out of the tree line. I go get in the stand. I set everything up, open my doors, open my windows. And on this occasion, instead of bringing my 308, I brought my AR-15. I wanted to see if I could get me a deer with it. Short answer is no. So I'm sitting there, and the grass is tall. It's probably about chest high. And I see this bird just fluttering on top of this grass. And behind this grass, I see something moving. I'm like, what is this? I tried to look in the sights, couldn't see what it was. And then all of a sudden, that bird starts flying off. This cougar jumps up and tries grabbing this bird.
Oh, shit.
He is less than 50 yards from me, coming straight at me. I unloaded 3 magazines. Just shaking up a storm. Just text me. Did you get a buck? Did you get a buck? Did you get a buck? Did you get a deer? Did you get a deer? I'm like, no.
30 of them?
Cougar.
Cougar in the car.
It finally turned around and ran back and went back in the tree line. And then it dawns on me, I just walked out of that tree line at 5 o'clock in the morning with that cougar sitting up in there.
Ooh.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm still shaking. And I'm sun's coming up. And I just kind of look over to my right, and there's a feeder over there, and there's a big old buck just sitting there looking at me like, what are you doing?
He's like, get
on. I took my AR, and I'm literally just shaking out of my skin. I fire 5 shots at this buck, and he just turns and walks off. I couldn't hit it. I couldn't hit the side of the barn with that thing.
So you didn't even hit the cougar?
Huh? No.
You
didn't. And Clifton sent me a clipping out of the local paper that like 5 to 8 miles away, a group of guys got it.
Really?
Yeah. And the body was probably about 6 feet long with about a 3 foot tail attached to it.
It was like a hair
for you.
Yeah. I wish it had been a camera up in that. I
just pictured Barney Fife.
Exactly what it was. digging in my bag for another clip.
How many
magazines?
How many 3 magazines unloaded?
It was hilarious.
Oh, I bet. That's awesome. That is a great story. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I told Craig. I called Craig when I left. He said, "Yeah, one of my old buddies was down there last week, and he said right there by that feeder, there's a big old pecan tree, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." He walked down there thinking he got him a buck too, and he came walking back, heard a noise, looked up in the tree, and that cougar was just laying there.
Wow.
He said he managed to walk away nice and easy and get back in the stand and sit there until somebody came and picked him up.
I don't blame him.
Just throw your gun at it. Like,
yeah. Stop it. Leave me alone.
I think I would still rather see a cougar than a snake. That's how scared of snakes I am. I'm like, screw it. I'd rather be mauled by a cougar than a stupid snake.
So we go back to Clifton Akins again.
Uh-oh.
We go out there last year, and we try to go before season starts and go and clean up the stands and air them out. Mm-hmm. We walk over by where this cougar was at the year before, and Chris walked ahead of me, and I'm walking back, and we cross this little river or creek, and I hear And I just turn and look. Clifton's over hiding behind a tree looking at me.
We need to get Clifton on. This makes me want to have him on the show now.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He actually he came by yesterday and brought me an envelope. Big boy made me cry.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've only had the pleasure of meeting him once, I think, at MTE briefly. And like, hey, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
So, no, he's super cool. I love hearing. I've heard several stories about him and hunting trips and stuff, so that's awesome.
So you
I know it's a cougar. I put it right, Reese. That's what I was thinking Ricky Bobby the whole time.
I was supposed to be doing this at the first of the show, and I forgot. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh, don't do it with my hands. Shoot up my crystal geyser.
Besides hunting, what else you into? What else you like to do when you ain't driving the van?
Grandbabies.
Yeah.
All these grandbabies.
You told us about them before the show. You want to kind of talk about your grandbabies?
Yeah. Last year we had one born in June. We had one born in August. We had one born in October. And then the one that was born in August turned around and got pregnant right away. And they just had one this past August, just a couple of days after the grandbabies before.
Wow.
So we got 2 grandboys, 2 granddaughters.
Awesome.
Love
it.
And the house is going to be full this weekend.
Yeah, that's great. I know you're excited because you was talking before the show, like they're going to be big enough to actually enjoy Christmas and play with their toys this year. What'd you say last year? They were drooling, so this year they can get down and play with their toys and everything. So that's going to be. I know it's exciting for you guys.
Yeah, three of them live local around Dallas Fort Worth area, and then the other grandbaby lives in Lubbock, and they're on their way in right now.
Nice.
They're supposed to be here in just a little bit.
Awesome.
So
y'all gonna have a house full this weekend then?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. So after tomorrow, when we, it's supposed to be cold tomorrow, so me and Tina, we're going up to shop and do a few things, and then we'll come home. And I'm not leaving this house until Tuesday. I'm not going outside.
I don't blame you. I've thought about shutting down the shop Friday since it's gonna be miserably cold here, but I don't know. Kind of hate to lock the door.
Wind chill on Friday is supposed to be -8 here.
I think that's y'all are pretty much what we are.
Yeah,
basically.
We may be a little bit warmer because we're on the coast, but yeah.
I love your ceiling there. That's awesome looking. They're getting a tour of Big's house.
So I got all that popcorn on it.
Yeah.
And we tried scrapping that popcorn off. It's awful.
Yeah, we got it on ours, and I'm like, yeah, it'll probably just stay there. I don't even want no part of it.
We did some of it, and then I gave up.
But you said you ain't been in the house long, right?
No. We've been in this house 10 years.
Oh, okay. I thought
okay.
Before the show, you talked about moving into it.
No, when we did move into it, that's when I was talking about the little kitty cat.
Oh, okay.
I thought because I'm like, that cat didn't look like it was 8 weeks old. It looked like it was like 8 years old.
So when it was 8 weeks old.
Okay. I know. I was lost too. I was like, I thought you said y'all just moved in on December 10th. I'm like, well, dang. You had surgery.
Yeah,
you just moved into a new house.
I guess I should have said 10 years ago when we moved in.
That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah. We get confused pretty easy. Well, we're tired. We was on the Zoom call late last night and everything.
So are you definitely y'all coming to MTE?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna leave a little earlier than we did last year because we always try to get up there, the day before we have to unload. We're probably gonna leave here either late Monday or early Tuesday morning, and we'll probably make it into Pensacola, spend the night there, and then just take it nice and easy the next day and make it into Orlando.
Nice.
Awesome.
You was kind of showing us.
Yes, me and Chris don't have to unload.
Yeah.
The what?
You was showing some stuff. Y'all gonna have some new stuff at MTE. You want to talk about any of it?
So apparently, the dent companies, tool makers, have gotten together and they're having a raffle. I don't know any particulars of the raffle. I just know that the recipients of the money from the raffle is going to be me and Robert Castile.
Yeah,
and it's been very generous. Me and Robert have talked about it. These guys from the PDR Nation have gone above and beyond the call, and really helped us both out. We'd be sinking right now if it wasn't for y'all.
Well, I can't sing enough praises about the industry too. I mean, you've seen all the toy drives and how giving everybody was. Our toy drive, the PDR industry made it what it was this year. We're blown away by it too, especially this time, close to Christmas when everybody's got to pay for buy for their families, and they're still making a way to, support everything else. So it's an amazing industry. I wouldn't want to be a part of anything else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been a total blessing, and Tina's been, every day we were getting something in the mail, and she's like, "Really? They're still sending stuff?" I'm like, yeah. And then it's just unbelievable.
Well, just you and Robert may not think that you're worthy of it, or how anybody that's trying, that's getting something like that, you're like, why am I? Well, look, y'all mean the world to all of us, and
you're staples in the community.
And there's so many that are just wanting to help out any way that they can, and so we're here, like we were talking about earlier. This is the best industry I've ever seen, I've ever been a part of in my entire adult career working anywhere.
Yeah.
Like Andy said, the toy drives, I mean, every year, just like ours, I mean, it was mainly because of our industry that we do so well with it, and most of our others. And so when it's stuff like this and like the GoFundMe was set up, and Randy putting that out there about sending cards and stuff in, it's inspiring. We all want to help. We all want to do our part. And, like anything else, you don't have to donate tons of money. Just any little bit helps y'all to get through these times. Yeah. So,
well, you didn't get. I mean, everybody realized you guys haven't been able to work and stuff. You got, and you got your grandbabies. You want to make sure you have a good Christmas and everything like that. So, everybody's stepping up.
I had, whenever I'd get a card or a letter or whatever, I would write the people's name down that gave the money, and I mentioned them on Facebook in a post, and I'm adding to that list. And I got one that I didn't recognize the name. It was a husband and wife name. And so I went on Facebook, searched the husband, figured it must have been a tech, couldn't find anything on him. Went searched the woman, couldn't find anything on her. And so I went to Google and I Googled their names. Well, Google pulled up Facebook pictures, and she was associated with Cole Fox. And so I sent Cole a message. I said, who is this lady? She sent me a card and put $10 in it. And he's like, that's my mom.
Oh, wow.
He said, he goes, I was adopted when I a baby, and I just found my real mom, and that was her. He goes, I found her back in June.
Wow.
And she overheard, and she wanted to send you something.
That's amazing.
And I started bawling. Fixing to again.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand why. I mean, it's hard not to get emotional with some stuff like that. I mean, you got me over here trying to hold back now.
It's one thing that if it's something that, this is something that neither one of y'all could, how do I put this? It's not something you did to yourselves. This is something that was unforeseen, stuff that's luckily they caught yours, what it was, they're able to correct that. Robert, you still don't know exactly what's wrong.
Still don't know what his,
and so you don't know what his recovery time is going to be, or if he ever is going to, And so when it's like, look, just out there to everybody and that's listening, that's going to go back. Look, if you can give anything, do it. Do it, because just put yourself in either one of y'all's shoes. If it was us, we would need the help too. And so a little bit at a time or whatever it is, try to help out, guys and gals out there. And, it's not like we're giving them money and they're going to use it on drugs like the hobo down the street.
We're buying crack, Big.
And I always hear Gent guys complaining about insurance companies. Insurance companies trying to screw us out of this. Insurance screwing us out of this. Well, when all this got started with me, I knew it was going to be expensive. So we got insurance, and we were paying $900 a month for me and her both.
Wow.
They paid for my colonoscopy. They paid for all the tests, everything up until the MRI to do my biopsy. They said, you're at your limit. Sorry. And I had to pay cash to have that done. And then it comes around for my surgery, and the insurance said, well, everything is like a office visit, and you've reached your limit on office visits. Because my surgery, they did it at 7 o'clock on Thursday morning. I went home by 5 o'clock that Friday afternoon, the next day.
Surgery.
Basically, what they're saying it was, yeah. So I have to pay all that out of pocket, which was at Florida's.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Christina stepped up a lot and helped us like crazy. I wouldn't been able to have surgery if it wasn't for her and Anson.
I wish I had her Venmo too. She had posted a link for her Venmos for everybody to send some money to you, but I don't have it on me.
Well, we'll get all that, and we'll put a post back out there.
I appreciate
all
it, guys.
of it.
And I tell you, we was talking about Robert. What kind of shocked me, because I knew he was going through some stuff, but seeing Robert, big healthy Robert, with Walker or whatever, that kind of blew me away. It's like, wow, this big healthy guy, having a lot of issues like that. It's scary.
Yeah.
So then I guess with him, didn't his wife totaled her car like when all this was going on too? I believe.
I didn't know. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I believe she had a wreck or something like that and totaled out her car while Robert was going through his stuff. So it's just stuff hits. But like I said, at least I believe this industry is going to be the best one to hold up and try to help out everybody with how they can and stuff. So you hate to see anybody fall on bad luck.
Well, I know with us, my wife's good about making sure that we've got insurance. We do what we got to do to pay what we can to try to afford it and to at least have something. But there's a lot of us that don't.
Yeah, we canceled that. We canceled that insurance policy a couple of weeks ago or last week, and she already found us better insurance for $50 a month for both of us.
Really?
Yeah.
And even with your existing stuff, and they didn't have a problem with that either.
Yeah. And she asked him. She said, "Now, my husband just had prostate cancer. We got it over. If he has any issues down the road, no problem. We'll take care of him."
Wow.
What insurance company is this?
It's with Aetna.
Aetna.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to look
Yeah,
at it.
we had United. Wasn't it United?
Yeah. United Healthcare.
Freedom Life. Yeah. And like I said, it was good for the office visits and prescriptions, but that was it.
Yeah.
And when it came down, but when it come down to the nitty gritty and needed them, they weren't there for us.
Yeah.
That sounds like typical insurance.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's for us or vehicles or what. When you need them.
Not even us. It's the customers with their car that thinks they're going to be taken care of. And the insurance company's like, kiss my ass.
Yeah. And they give you, and they gave me this, well, you know, surgery is going to cost a total of $67,000, number off the top of my head. But the doctor, the anesthesiologist, the labs, they're going to give you a discounted price. Are they going to give me a discounted price? Discount surgery? Yeah, our health, and my doctor, best doctor I've ever been to. He speaks to me on my level. He doesn't shoot the big words and talk over my head. You know, bedside manner is excellent. You know, he knew I was a kidder, that I joked around, and he was always joking around with me. And you know, when we were going into surgery, he said, "All right," he said, we're gonna come in, we're gonna give you this many cuts, we're gonna do that." He said, "I may even do a little liposuction on you." And then he came back in after to check on me after the surgery. He said, "I just came back in here to check my stab wounds to see how good they were."
Yeah,
you know,
that just lights up a situation like that.
Yeah, good doctor.
Kind of doctor I'd want.
Yeah,
I've got when I see y'all at MTE, I'll give you a story that's really not for air. It's kind of R-rated, NC-17 plus. Yeah, it's a pretty funny story though.
Yeah,
you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to. We'll get up with you and for sure.
I still like you sending Chris the picture of your scars. Oh God, I want to see all that. Oh, there it is. It is healed up a lot. It looks a lot better than the picture you sent me.
It's not bad.
Actually, that one right there, he said that it's got a little fluid underneath of it, maybe an ingrown hair because they shaved me down pretty good. Whoever shaved me did a good job. Had some skills.
Just trim everything up. Here you have at it.
Hey, my last heart surgery I had when I was 15 years old, that my parents had to go off and do some paperwork or whatever, and I'm in the room where they come in with like this little electric razor, and the nurse hands it to me, and she's like, "You need to shave." Well, she didn't say what. I literally shaved from head to toe.
His hair ain't grown back since.
And she come back and she was like, "Child, I didn't mean you had to shave everything." I'm like, "You didn't tell me what to shave."
I'm aerodynamic as hell.
Yeah, I'm aerodynamic now.
Well, it was funny because the lady came in and she had electric trimmer, and she shaved like from my belly button down below my belly button, above and below, left or right. That's all she shaved. But when I woke up, they had gone all the way down low and then just up underneath my boobs.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what happened here? Who came in and tried to finish the job?
At least they didn't shave a heart in your shit or something stupid.
A big number 3 Earnhardt fan.
Yeah.
A middle finger. Damn, Brandon in here.
Will was here.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome. Like I said, I've been wanting to get you on the show anyway because I knew you have some good stories, but I also wanted everybody to see that you're doing good and good spirits and everything. So
doing real good.
I love it. I love
doing
it.
Good.
Yeah, keep up the walking the dogs and keep the exercise up. Keep getting healthy. Enjoy them grandbabies this weekend. And
I certainly will. And guys, I appreciate y'all and everything y'all do for the industry, and you know, the laughter and the cheers and everything that goes with it. We appreciate y'all.
No, we love you, brother. Great.
Yeah, we love you, and we can't wait to see
even Brandon.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
California, howdy.
People didn't know the story. They think we hate each other. Like if you see comments and that, you're always flipping me off on that. And Andy's little intro thing, for the promo.
Well, when I showed you my wife a while ago, she was actually supposed to flip you off, but instead she stands there and waves.
She's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh, frozen.
There she is.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Bless her heart. Well, I tell you what, she's been my angel. She's been my ride or die this whole time, and
those wives are amazing in the industry. Like they kind of go unnoticed, but they are the ones. They are the backbone of all of us and stuff. So she's my
little ginger.
I thought that was Brandon.
See, now the next show you need to do is you need to have the wives of like PDR techs or.
We had a man on. Brandon can't get Mandy to come on.
No, she won't come on.
Mandy did great. She crushed it. So I was hoping that would kind of get Mandy.
Have all the wives come on, talk about how life without the husbands when they're on the road.
Right.
There's a good story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We just gotta find ones brave enough to come on. We've tried a couple of it.
Talk to Megan Howe.
Megan Howe. Lord. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how do you live with that?
She'll probably say that's why it's always at the deer lease.
Yeah.
It's
not his choice, it's mine. He leaves the house.
He leaves the check and kicks him out.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you'll be at MTE. We'll give you a big old hug when we get down there.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to see everybody. This MTE is going to be amazing. I'm pumped about it. Last year was awesome. I think this one's going to be even better.
I think it's going to be
better. I know I won't be in it, but I know Chris and Kate are supposed to be in some golf tournament out there like the day before MTE.
Yeah, they got one.
If y'all know anything about it.
We'll be in a 20 group meetup. Yeah. So, oh dang,
what's that?
I spelled 200. I'm not sure who this is.
That's Wayne Baden.
Sorry to hear that, Wayne. It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take long to use all them savings.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Yeah, I was just talking to. Do y'all know David Monk?
I've heard the name. I think I've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah, he told me he came into the store yesterday and said he earlier this year had a massive heart attack, and I was like, well, I think he's like a year or two younger than me. He said he came home and took his daughter to a music festival in Mississippi, had a heart attack right in the middle of it. Had to be careful out.
How old is he?
I'm 58, so he's probably 55, 56 years old.
Wow, that's young for a heart attack. Mm.
Yeah.
It's scary. You just never know what's going to happen.
Pushing them dents will do it to you.
Yeah. I agree.
That's why you got to take care of your bodies and get your checkups and, get it taken care of.
Don't eat a box of Little Debbie's and a sitting like this guy does.
Early detection.
Yes.
Right.
Get it done.
Keep joking that I'm never going to get that done, but you guys have scared me enough that I'll get it done whenever. I got 5 more years at least.
So my buddy had it done before me and had the hemorrhoid repaired like that. And when I went in there and
you're frozen.
As a referral for this doctor or whatever, and he talked a little funny, but he's not. He wasn't gay apparently. And I texted my friend afterwards. I'm like, dude, are you sure? Because he really enjoyed this crap, and it killed me. So it's very uncomfortable, but get it done. That's
they
all.
say
well, talking about being uncomfortable. When I came out of my anesthesia from having my colonoscopy, it was kind of weird looking over and seeing the doctor sitting there smoking a cigarette. I said, "How you doing?"
You need one.
you wake up and you're face down on the thing.
Didn't even buy me dinner. I just felt something on my neck, but I wasn't sure.
A lot of my farts sound weird.
You have a skull stain on your neck?
On that note.
We are out of here. Biggs, again, we love you, man.
Yeah, love
you too.
And we're gonna back us out of this. End it. We'll say our goodbyes after it. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Appreciate everybody watching.
We won't be on next week. Brandon's gonna be hunting, so we'll be on the week after that.
But anyway, see you. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.